Well, the news is Tucker Carlson is fired.
Woo!
I love it. So
Yeah, this is a big celebration, all y'all. I'm so happy. Congratulations, Mark.
congratulations to like all the humanity, everyone, every American, Ukrainian, whoever you are. Like, we are happy, and you should be too.
The reason, allegedly, Tucker was fired was because of the defamation lawsuit from the voting machine company called Dominion. So Fox News, in a very persistent way for a very long time, has convinced the American public, has tried to convince the American public that the company somehow has rigged the election results, and that the Dominion, actually the company Dominion, was at fault for wrong results, stolen results, and all of these things you might have heard before. And so right before the trial, right before the thing went to court, Fox News and Dominion have decided to settle. They have settled, the company Fox News has agreed to pay a Dominion $787.5 million. And it's
that's actually a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's like half of annual revenue of Fox News.
Is that now virtually Fox executives, such as, for instance, Rupert Murdoch, they don't have to testify in court. So it was easier for everyone.
Basically, yeah. The text messages started to leak. They were published by the court and by the like, doesn't matter who, but yeah, everything started to leak, and they just had to pay so it wouldn't be more public than it was.
Yeah, it was obvious that it was starting to be way too much trouble. So this was a smart business decision, in my opinion. However, oh my God, we're going to miss out on so much fun. So, and somehow somebody made a very correct choice, and kind of one of the main culprits of this whole lawsuit was, in fact, Tucker Carlson. So he was let go. He was let go. We have our own theories why he was the person who was let go, but obviously, you know,
it wasn't only him. It wasn't only him.
It wasn't only him. There were more people. But the thing is, I think even for executives at Fox and for people, for the owners of Fox, this was a bit too much at that point. This was too much trouble to keep these people there. So that's happened.
So what this leaks actually showed us, or this text message showed us, that he fucking knew that he was lying. It's not like, for us, people who lived their lives and saw some things, it wasn't a secret, but there was a proof that this guy knew this was actually a lie. So there were SMS, like SMS, text messages.
Well, my God, Grandpa, chill. What SMS? What's? Oh my God, this is terrible.
Like old school. Like,
yeah, a
OG.
text message.
I'm an OG.
You're OG.
So
that's a good reference.
There was like a text message. You keep telling our viewers that millions of votes. It was text message with Sidney Powell. You keep telling our viewers that millions of votes were changed by the software. I hope you will prove that very soon. Narrator voice. He never proved it. And
he never.
Tucker,
yeah,
he never did. And Tucker Carlson went on air, telling these conspiracies, etc., etc. The conspiracy was, by the way, beautiful. So they told that this Dominion company is actually controlled by Venezuelans, and that's a socialist conspiracy to rig the election and to elect Biden, the biggest socialist there is on the planet. But yeah, and that led to some horrible events. The January 6th, the attempt to overthrow the government, and then also lots of people were hurt by his lies, and also Dominion workers. By the way, one of the workers had to flee his home because people like Tucker spread some conspiracy about those workers, and so yeah, people got in danger.
They got blackmailed. They were threatened. Their lives were in danger because a lot of really fanatic. I mean, we've seen the January 6th. Obviously, those are people of action. So when they were told that the election was stolen from them, the first thing they did was go to these people's homes and threaten their lives. And yeah, obviously, Tucker's put a whole bunch of people in grave, grave danger.
But that is probably not the main reason why he was fired. So like costing 800 million to the company is not the reason to be fired. I assure you,
This
Melania.
is like, actually, Mark, it's so embarrassing. Like, I can't. Like, he is making me feel embarrassed.
But they probably fired him not for that. But there were leaks that he called, not leaks, it wasn't text messages, probably, I'm not sure. But he called his leadership C-word. The lawyers of Fox told him that he could be safe, that they negotiated this line to be censored and nobody will know that he called someone cunt. And he told lawyers specifically, like, no, like, why? I want everyone to know that, like, I use this word towards our leadership.
Yeah, literally said that.
Yeah. And that's kind of muscle flexing, you know, like he became too powerful, too influential. Politicians literally try to adjust their policy because Tucker Carlson wants something. Like the good example is Ron DeSantis, who told that Putin is war criminal and like took okayish position on Ukraine. And then next day, Tucker Carlson got outraged because of that, and the next day DeSantis changed his position like backwards, and that's a good example. Like Tucker Carlson began literally controlling the Republican Party, the most powerful Republican politicians, and probably that's the reason. So after being fired, it took him several days to come up with something, because he was fired 10 minutes before his show should have.
Yeah, he actually said, like, goodbye, see you on Monday on his last show.
Yeah. He was going to go on air, and then he was fired. He didn't have to get to say goodbye. This is cruel to every talk show host or to any host, to any anchor. And this was like a fuck you firing from Fox News. And it took him several days to come up with something. And he appeared to be in sauna.
This is Mark's theory on where this is his OSINT kind of investigation. Most likely, yes, Tucker Carlson looks as he's in sauna. Probably Trump's sauna too. We don't know.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days.
That's like, we should talk about that. I mean, like, I don't usually watch Tucker Carlson. I don't know what his shows look like apart from like the most stupid shit he talks. But this stuff, it just doesn't make any sense. I watched it before and I was like,
he looks certifiably insane, Mark. That's my issue with it. It's that he looks a little bit like he lost his shit. And there's a lot of face in that picture. Like, I don't know. I don't think this is a kind of a look of a person who has much control over their lives, don't you think?
Yeah. This
is the kind of video I wanted to record when I broke up with my boyfriend, and I was like desperate to explain and say something. I was like, this is what it would look like if I would be super sad and depressed and I had to say something, and the things I said were emotional and a bunch of words and meant nothing, and I'm just sitting there sadly in my sauna freaking out over a bad breakup. This is literally the situation that's happening.
Sadly in sauna.
Yes.
That's good lyrics for some song. Yeah, okay. Adele song.
Adele.
You could sell it to Adele. All right, so let's watch it.
How many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people who really care about what's true. And a bunch of hilarious people also. A lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing.
No. This is him being jealous of other no, this is we're pushing that line. So this is like, I look at all these other couples who are in a relationship and I think they're all stupid.
And,
like this is
those
what it is.
relationships are fake. They're like they have their wedding, but they don't love each other. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what is he selling here? Like, this is the best part. Like, what is his pitch? It's obviously he's like he doesn't know what to do yet, but he will do something. But what is he actually selling here? There are no good debates on television, right?
In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated. And yet at the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably big topics, the ones that will define our future, get virtually no discussion at all. War, civil liberties, emerging science, demographic change, corporate power, natural resources.
Mark,
Like,
I have a theory.
I mean, like,
he was fired from Fox, and he had a person who wrote his scripts for him, and now he doesn't have that person. And now he just says what he thinks, and it's nothing.
It's like, you know, it's like you're opening your grocery store, and you're open and you have a pitch for your grocery store. You know, like other grocery stores, they don't have like milk and meat, and they don't have like chocolate bars and stuff. I mean, like, you know that? You heard of that? That's horrible. Is it like? I mean, like, what?
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, nobody talks about like important stuff.
Nobody
talks about like science and shit, dude. Literally for the past like 3 years, we've been all talking like science and vaccines and oh my fucking god.
Where? Like, what are you talking about?
And all these discussions are stupid. Like you didn't invite stupid people for interviews and had meaningless. I mean, this is so rich.
And it's still so rich. And he's still having his emotions. Like what? But the words. Actually, like if before it were like mean words, they like I don't know.
Yes, it's a mean stuff.
He
told mean stuff. He was outraged, etc. Now he's outraged because of what? Because of like there's not enough discussion on.
When was the last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues? It's been a long time. Debates like that are not permitted in American media. Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it.
What did this mean?
A CIA-sponsored show should confess. Like, we do not discuss certain topics because political parties in the United States had like a consensus. And I don't know. It's not even funny. I can't even joke.
It's very difficult to make jokes about this.
He's trying to sell something, but it's not like.
It's not like, listen, you're being way too smart about this. He's not trying to sell shit. He's trying to prove to us that he is still the same Tucker Carlson we saw on Fox News, which he absolutely freaking isn't, because that Tucker Carlson had the entire editing staff behind his back, filming him from a correct, nice, non-red angle, not in a sauna. He is trying to convince us, as anybody who has gone through a bad breakup, that he is fine. He is not fine, and that is not good, and he makes zero sense. He's not selling stuff, he's talking.
Yeah, right. Yes, but you're right about one thing. He's not the same Tucker Carlson as he was a week ago. Yes. And not only because of his writer's stuff, etc., but because what Tucker Carlson effectively was, he was a person who talks on the most popular TV slot in America, who's most powerful talk host, anchor, call it whatever you want, pundit in America. And he was powerful not because he's fun to watch. He is, no doubt. And like his outrage is actually like powerful, and people love it. Lots of people love it. But because he had this slot and he had this power, and people watched him thinking like, oh, he's so powerful. Everyone's watching it. And it means like something, okay? And without that power, it's like, listening to an ex-president. It was important that what he said when he was in power, and it's not important now. It's just you don't fucking care now.
You're such a meanie. You're such a mean person, Mark. But you're absolutely correct. Another thing
sorry. Like, it doesn't fucking matter what we say right now, because we have several thousand views on YouTube, right? But if we had like millions, suddenly, right?
Yeah, and another thing I would like to stress deeply is that Fox News, I mean, I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, but it has existed long before Tucker Carlson ever became a star, and will probably exist long after he's gone from the platform. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna go somewhere and be like super popular, and it's gonna bring his audience there, and he's gonna, he's gonna be fine. That's the worst part about this story. Spoiler, it ends good for him. He's not gonna die and be sad or whatever. The point is, Fox News, because there's like, Tucker Carlson made Fox News what it is. No, it's fine. Fox News is a big freaking corporation. They're gonna find a new host like they always do, and they're gonna enjoy their money for a very long time. So don't worry about them, and I wouldn't worry about Carlson either. However, this just feels really nice. I love when people like that get fired.
Yeah. Because Carlson actually did some horrible things, and he did some horrible things to us, people in this video you're watching right now, or audio,
yes.
Because we're also on Spotify right now, Spotify podcast.
We're like, we should do top 5 or top 10 stupid crap that Tucker Carlson said. And I was like, well, that's way too much work, because everything the guy said pretty much is a fucking disaster. So I was too lazy, so I started Googling top 5 insane or like stupid things said by Tucker Carlson. Believe me, there are articles like that on the internet. Like, a lot of them is funny. However, I was browsing through them, having the time of my life, and I have found something. Jesus Christ on a bicycle. He literally, he decided to fight, and we're going to include a clip here, I hope. So he said that America has a problem with masculinity, that, we should, men are emasculated. They don't have enough semen apparently in their genitalia. So what he was discussing this with an expert on the matter, and so he is kind of an advocate for tanning your testicles for them to become better quality, and for you
better
to become
radiated.
more masculine. Yes, so this expert he was talking to, he referred to it as something akin to like red light therapy, or like he wanted to make it sound like very professional and very scientific, because apparently that's the science nobody talks about according to Tucker Carlson. But yeah, so they're tanning their balls. Tucker is tanning his balls.
That's cool. That's hardcore. I mean, like,
is this what you wanted to know today at this day?
I mean, yeah. I didn't know about that. I heard I heard that something about tanning the balls, and I'm not surprised, because we all live in a South Park episode.
Yes.
There was a South Park episode where they found out that you can buy marijuana if you have cancer or something, and they started microwaving their balls, so their balls became huge and cancerous. So that's pretty much the same, just making your balls more radioactive. That's cool stuff. You're
not radio.
Like real
not
men,
radio.
Real men have radioactive balls, right?
No, don't say radioactive. This is not Marvel, like new episode of a Marvel movie.
Radioactive testicles. Like, that's a new superhero idea. Like,
yeah,
this is alt-right, they come up with everything alternative to the reality, like, but not woke. Like Bud Light became woke, and they came up with their own beer. So they're coming up with their own Marvel, anti-woke Marvel, and their superhero has radioactive balls. That's
all
the pitch.
going.
That's how you do the pitch, Tucker.
Balls.
That's how you pitch stuff.
Men can tan their balls when they want. Okay, I'm not judging anyone here. I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah. You can do anything you want with your body.
You do you.
Just don't do abortions. So By the way,
my
Tenny.
God.
Okay, yeah. All right. Why we are so happy? There is another reason. Because Tucker Carlson is a piece of shit, but he's also Russian, very pro-Russian piece of shit. And this stuff he was talking about American elections, migrants, whatever you call, when he can lied all the times, and we now know he lied knowingly that this is a lie. Not that we needed these proofs, but there are proofs now. There is another lie he was spreading all the time, not just one lie, but the complex of lie called Russian propaganda. And he was doing it even before the full-scale invasion, full-scale war between Russia, full-scale Russian invasion into Ukraine happened. He was telling a lot of things like, I support Russia. Why shouldn't I support Russia? Because Russia is anti-woke or something. But anyway, you probably heard about Pentagon leaks. And if you haven't, you should go to watch our other podcast. But there were Pentagon leaks where the guy leaked a lot of classified files. Good story. Very good for Department of Justice, etc. But how everyone found out is Russian Telegram channel posted doctored pictures of this Pentagon leaks, where they in paint when you were a child, they took different numbers and placed them in other order, and it came out as different numbers. So some Russian idiot on the Russian Telegram channel did it, and day after it was disproved because it was obvious it was a fake, and everyone found the original. Even on Russian television, they talked about that this is a fake. And after that, several days later, Tucker Carlson goes on air to prove his point that Ukraine is losing despite America doing a lot and doing so much help. And he goes on air and says this.
The second thing we learned from these slides is that despite direct U.S. involvement, Ukraine is in fact losing the war. 7 Ukrainians are being killed for every Russian. Ukrainian air defenses have been utterly degraded. Ukraine is losing.
Even though he's saying stuff that isn't real, and he's well aware that it's not real at that point. And even if he wasn't, I mean, nobody checked, which is hilarious for a channel that big in America. It kind of feels like he's almost giddy about the fact that Ukraine is losing. Like he goes like, oh yeah, they're losing. So we shouldn't have, even if Ukraine was losing, that's all the more reasons to help Ukraine, I assume. But he almost sounds happy about it. Yeah, it's not good that Ukraine is losing, especially considering the fact that what he said in the beginning was that, American policy is that Ukraine is an American partner and a democracy, and it means U.S. should help and all of that. So, and he admits that, invasions are not good, right? So the thing is just that he is way too happy about a thing that is essentially a not a good thing, even for
essentially a catastrophe. If it is true.
even if you're a Republican or a Democrat or something, unless you are a Nazi who enjoys genocide, you shouldn't be happy.
Probably.
But probably.
Yeah. But the reason he is happy is because he's effectively he's doing throughout the war. He's pushing Russian propaganda. He knows that everything Russians say is propaganda and most probably a lie. He pushed the biolabs theory. He pushed the theory about Ukrainian Ukraine being a dictatorship and closing churches. He pushed this theory about Ukraine being woke, which is bullshit. And now this. And this one, those theories, you could be, I don't know, you could be a bad journalist, right? You just didn't check. This thing was disproved instantly. It wasn't like even close to be like okay. And he knew that. He couldn't not know that. Even Russians on Russian TV acknowledged that this is a lie. And he, 3 days later, telling that this is truth. And like being smirky about it, like here, I proved my point. And it gets us to one thought that probably is Tucker Carlson a genocide enjoyer? Is Tucker Carlson working for Russia? Does he actually enjoy
deaths
people
of
being
thousands
killed?
of Ukrainians?
Like, is it right? Is Tucker Carlson getting money from Russia? We don't know. But what we do know is Tucker Carlson's father actually received money from Tucker Carlson's father is a lobbyist for some reason, right? That's how things work.
This is my favorite story of the past couple of days, let me tell you that.
So the story reads like that. Fox News conservative commentator met Hungary authoritarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban 2 years after a firm where his father is a director received thousands from the Hungarian government to help with media and PR. So his father was lobbying for Hungarian government, which is pro-Russian dictatorship inside European Union, which is crazy, but it is. And they are like very pro-Russian and very authoritarian. They effectively do not have free elections anymore, and like all the media is pro-state or state media, and they go after LGBT, Jews. They spread anti-Semitic conspiracies against some people. And
they don't like gay people, by the way, either.
They don't like gay people, Jewish, etc., and like Muslims.
Yeah, reminds you of something, doesn't it?
Yeah. And Tucker Carlson's father took an order from Hungary, took money from Hungary, and after that, Tucker started praising Hungary, praising Orban, and even visited Hungary and made some appearances with Viktor Orban, which is not corruption and actually great. And yeah, apart from Hungary being a dictatorship and like this bad country ruled by bad people, it is also very pro-Russian, and we have a theory.
So, Mark, did Russia corrupt Hungary?
No, Hungary just voluntarily receives very cheap gas from Russia and promotes Russian propaganda and defends Russia and European Union, and it's not corruption. And Tucker Carlson's father getting money for Tucker Carlson promoting Orban and Russian propaganda is not corruption either.
No,
because
it's not
we
corruption
are
at all.
an actual media, and we have a responsibility before our viewers, and we never lie or spread unproved conspiracy theories.
No, we would never.
We would never do it. But you should look up Tucker Carlson Hungary. But that's not proved. We don't have any proofs in our hands, and we can't prove anything. But there's a link probably, but we are not sure, and therefore we will not spread this conspiracy that Tucker Carlson could somehow receive
do not
money
go
from
into
Russia.
the description and do not look for a link there that might or might not say something that is not proven.
Yes, exactly. And Russians are actually aware that they are not corrupting Tucker Carlson. And therefore, Russians show Tucker Carlson almost every night on Russian television. I mean, why Russian people even need Tucker Carlson? I don't know. But they show him every day, as an example of Americans proving their point or something like that. They acknowledge that Tucker Carlson is effectively their asset and working on for Russian victory, which is bad. Russia is trying to commit genocide. It, by the way, was
it's a small reminder. War,
Russia is
genocide,
bad here.
Bad. Russia bad.
Russia
Ukraine
bad.
good.
They kill people. They kill children. They rape women. They destroy cities. Russia is a bad guy, and Tucker Carlson is. Yeah.
They have been crapping on America for months.
Yeah.
Let's nuke Washington. But now they say a talented journalist, a very talented journalist. Oh my God, such a loss for American media. Oh my God, the First Amendment, freedom of speech. Oh my God, so important. Listen, this is why Ukrainians are celebrating that Tucker was sacked and kicked off Fox News. Because listen to these assholes. Look at these people who wanted to kill all of y'all, including me, you, and our viewers, praising this guy. Isn't this good enough of a reason for me?
Yeah.
My microphone turns off because of the thing.
Oh,
don't bother. Yeah.
If you ever get praised by Russian television, seriously, you're probably the worst person on the planet. Like, you did something very, very bad, and that's what Tucker Carlson did. All right, then.
And I would like to mention something. If I was a media personality ever in the world, and one day I would go on the internet or on TV and saw myself being praised by Russians, as you've said, I would have seriously questioned my life's work. Unless you're being bribed and paid by Russians directly, Hungary. So yeah, we'll never know.
Yeah. And we would not call, because we don't have this right, and therefore we are not calling every journalist or like Department of Justice to investigate Tucker Carlson. We're not doing that as well. So thank you very much for listening, and hope you enjoyed it, and probably not, and because I didn't, and I hope
I hate it.
I hope this is our last show where we talk about Tucker Carlson at all.
Yeah.
I sincerely hope about that, and I wish you
Tucker.
Bye.
Happy retirement. I hope you maybe take some responsibility for your actions, but
and have some testicle cancer. Thank you very much. Bye.
Please like, subscribe, comment under this video.
Send our money. Send us money.
Send us money. We have Patreons and shit. Man.
Everything, links are below.
Please tell us in the comments. We would like this video to be seen by every single Tucker Carlson fan in the universe. So be sure to send this video to every single chat, WhatsApp group,
we want people
subreddit, 4chan. Please send this video to every single Tucker Carlson fan you know.
Thank you very much, and bye.